Joe Paul Harrell. I'm running for the Lincoln County Sheriff's position in the Republican Party. And if you want to answer a question, you want me to
Just
talk?
go ahead and just share a little bit about your campaign and yourself,
Well,
and then we can.
I've been in this county for 22 years. I've lived here about half of my adult life, I guess, close to it. So that's one thing I kind of hear out there is he's not from here, because that gets told I'm not from here, but I'm here 22 years, I've been here. I worked 28 years at the Pineville Police Department and retired from there. I was retired there as a lieutenant. I was over several different areas in the police department. Most of my time was spent in narcotics. I spent 18 years either assigned to narcotics or a division that was attached to narcotics, and I supervised those divisions also. I worked at the jail, at the sheriff's office for 6 years under Sheriff Leonard Hall as his chief deputy. And so I know the county. I've been down about every gravel road this county has and every paved road. I know all the little areas, all the little hidey-hoes, everything is about this. So I work as an investigator at the Gould PD in the mornings, and I work at the hospital as their shift leader for the night crew, is what I do for their security. And that's what I'm doing now. I work about 15 to 17 hour days, with about 3 to 4 hours of sleep. So if I seem draggy, that's one of the reasons. I'm pretty much, I put it all pretty much in the paper, the things I'd like to do. One of the things is we had a large turnover rate. I'd like to figure out what's going on there with the turnover rate. I'd like to get budget for training, because training is a very important thing in law enforcement, because training is where if things go on and you have to either go to court for a criminal charge that you charge somebody with, or you have to go to civil court because something went wrong, that's the first thing the attorneys start looking at is, did you get the training in that area that you had made an arrest for, or are you in trouble for, or did you go by policy? That's the two things they're going to look at when they're trying to get either somebody off or get somebody, get money from the county. So that's the two areas, and so you got to keep everybody up to date on training. Things change yearly. We get a update yearly, usually around June, new laws come out. They change laws, court, get a court case, and it goes to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court may change the law. So you have to keep an update on that, and that's what the training is about. Is there any questions? I mean,
What will you do about, if you're elected, your jobs, will you still be able to work at those jobs?
No, I have to let those go. I mean, because I have to focus on this. I want to work with the deputy. I'm a leader, more of a manager. I like being out. I like working with the guys. I don't like sitting in the office. So that's going to be a challenge of I've got to make myself sit there, because some people want to come to the office and see you. So you're going to have to pick some time to be there. But I like being out with the guys, because being out with them and going through things when they're getting involved in things, because some of these guys are not real experienced on their duties, because they're kind of new in the law enforcement. And so somebody needs to be out there with them sometimes. I like being out with them. So no, I would have to let those jobs.
Or did you all write it on a card? We can ask him to come back up and answer questions later if you're.
I was gonna ask a question.
You go ahead.
What are your goals for working on the drug problem that we have here in town?
Okay. Well, the first thing is I want to get the deputies where they recognize what's going on. Like I said, I was in narcotics for 18 years. I've been in there as a detective, so as trained new detectives that come in, I've been in there as their sergeant and work with people, teaching them how. First thing, you gotta be able to know what you're looking for. So you gotta get with the new deputies, get with some of the older deputies, and let them know what they're looking for, instead of you're just riding around aimlessly. You gotta kind of know what so getting with them, that's my first goal, is to try to help train, get them used to what they're looking for, and then give them the ability to work on these situations.
I just know I see a lot, we have a lot of repeat drug offenders coming in and out of jail,
Right.
a lot. So
Well,
how do you combat that?
well, I mean, you're gonna have to, that's a deal you'd have to work with the prosecutors and the judges on. I mean, if they're repeat offenders, after the third offense, it's called the Habitual Offenders Act. And once they did a third offense, you gotta get with your prosecutor and see if we can get them charged under the Habitual Offender Act, instead of letting them take a small plea of just getting out again. And some of these people you see come in and out are users too. So you gotta try to figure out some way we can work to help the users get off the drug, instead of just throwing them in jail and then that's it. I mean, because that don't help them. If they're a user, they don't help them get their life back on track.
We don't have any drug resource program in Lincoln County at all, do we?
They got one over at the Assembly of God Church on Thursday nights. They have a meeting over there where they have them come over there, and it's kind of like a step program, I think, over there.
So you commented that there seems to be a high turnover at the sheriff's office. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any insights as to
No,
why?
I'm sure you're not. No, and if I did, I just had to go by hearsay what somebody said,
Okay.
and not the deputy himself. That's when I said I'd have to get with them. I'd like to figure out what the turnover is for. I know, I've heard it ain't money, but I'd have to figure out what's going on. I'm not gonna say anything bashful about, I mean, try to
Right.
ask something. I mean, I don't know what the true answer is until I get in there and talk to people and find out.
Anything else? Okay, well,
That's it.
I guess there's not